the Women's Asian Cup quarterfinals have ended earlier today, and there were a few matches that were exactly how you'd expect, and then the others was actually kind of a shock in a way. So let's get into it. But before I do, I just like to ask, which games did you guys enjoy? Which games did you think was it how you expected it to go? So now let's start with the like the most. Let's just start with the match that just recently took place. Japan versus the Philippines. So in this match, I mean, Japan won 7-0. I mean, this was obviously going to be the result from the get-go. We were just wondering what the score would be. I thought it was going to be 5-0, but they got 2 more goals, so my prediction was just off. But this Japanese team, like, they just tore apart the Philippines. Like, the Philippines, they were obviously going to be defensive against this team, but there was just no way they were going to beat this Japanese team. Japan actually had a tough time getting the goals before halftime ended, but they were able to get 2 right before the end of the first half, and then after that, it was more goals coming. Like, I mean, this was obvious how it was going to go. This Japanese team is literally the best team in Asia, and plus, I expect them to win this tournament. Like, they are just obviously the best team so far, so we'll get into that soon. We'll see how it goes for their semifinals. Next match, South Korea facing off against Uzbekistan. This could have been a game for Uzbekistan to possibly make an upset, but I just didn't see it happening as well. I mean, South Korea ended up winning 6-0, and I mean, this South Korean team is very great. And I mean, like, these girls, I could honestly see them winning too, but we'll see how it goes. Like, again, like, I mean, this South Korean team, like, I mean, they topped their group. This team, like, deserves a lot more praise and support, especially from their federation, because these girls have been really doing something. Now, let's go with this match. China versus Chinese Taipei / Taiwan. This was going to be a crazy match because, for one, like, I mean, like, it could have gone either way, in my opinion. Like, I never counted Chinese Taipei / Taiwan out of this match just because they're a team, in my opinion, who honestly can get an upset, or at the very least, fight off against these big powers. China, like, I mean, they topped their group. I mean, the current champions, they definitely want this trophy again. But in this match, it went to extra time. I predicted this match 2-0, but I didn't expect it to go to extra time. I mean, Chinese Taipei did really well defensively in keeping any goals from being scored in regular time. But unfortunately, China was able to score 2 goals in extra time, and it sadly ended Chinese Taipei chance of getting a direct qualification from the quarterfinals. But hope's not lost because they have a chance in the play-in tournament. So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, China, like, I mean, the champions, they're doing what they've obviously wanted to do. They want to win this trophy again, and their team looks really good. They've had a tough game against Bangladesh, but I feel like after that match they woke up a little bit more. But again, I feel like this was one of the best matches in my opinion. And now that brings us to our final, and honestly what I think was the best game. Australia versus North Korea. I predicted the score would be 2-1, but I predicted North Korea would win, but Australia ended up winning. When I say this was an amazing game, this was an amazing game. I only saw the highlights, but the fact that Australia only had 2 shots and both were goals, and North Korea had like 11 shots and only 1 went in. I mean, this was a great game because, like, Australia took the 2-0 lead, like, for the first 65 minutes. I mean, it was a great job by the host, in my opinion, coming up against a dominant North Korean team. But at that 65th minute, North Korea was finally able to get that goal. And it was at that point, like, Australia knew they had to hold on because, I mean, North Korea they were coming out trying to get that second goal to tie it up and send it extra time. But they just could not find that tying goal. And in the end, Australia was able to pick up that win. And from that match, since it was the first match of the quarterfinals, Australia became the second team to qualify for the World Cup after Brazil, who are the hosts. But this game, it was obviously the best one in my opinion, just because of the fact that Australia took the 2-0 lead. It was exactly what I said they needed. They needed to get that goal. North Korea, like, I mean, they were just pushing and pushing, but they just could not find that second goal. But again, like, hope's not lost for these teams who have lost, so North Korea will have another chance to directly qualify. But in the end, like, Australia did what they needed, and I'm impressed with them. So that's it for my reviews of the quarterfinals. Like, again, the Japan, South Korea, and those matches, they were obvious from the get-go. The China match, Chinese Taipei / Taiwan, I expected China to win, but I was impressed with Chinese Taipei. In the North Korea Australia match, it was one of the best matches, which is what you want to see. So I'm impressed with both teams. So we'll see how these semifinals go. But in the end, let me know what your thoughts on these quarterfinals were. Let me know who you think is possibly going to win this tournament, and I'll see y'all soon.